Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories within those dusty financial filings. This week we've got IAC Incorporated, and let's just say their latest report might be a bit of a cliffhanger, a non-renewal notice from a giant like Google. What does this mean for IAC and its search business? Let's dive in. First off, if you appreciate getting straight to the good stuff from corporate documents, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we've got a thriving Discord community linked in the description below where we break down these filings even further. So join us there. So what is the big news? On the 10th of December 2025, IAC got a notice from Google. It is not a breakup, but more like a we're not automatically renewing kind of thing. This is about a key agreement, the Google Services Agreement, which is set to expire on the 31st of March 2026. Essentially, Google provides paid listings to IAC, and this notice means that the automatic one-year extension from April 2026 to March 2027 is off the table. Now, Google has said they're open to discussing new terms, but the outcome is totally up in the air. This is a pretty big deal because all the money generated from this specific agreement comes from IAC's search segment. For the first 9 months of 2025, this search segment brought in a cool $183.9 million in revenue, with $10 million in operating income and $10 million in adjusted EBITDA. Now, it is important to note that IAC does have other advertising deals with Google that are not part of this specific services agreement, and those are not affected by this notice. Looking at how IAC is traded, their common stock is listed on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC under the ticker symbol IAC. It is traded on the Nasdaq Global Select Market, which is a pretty high tier market. The company itself is incorporated in Delaware, a common state for businesses. Now, this report also includes a rather lengthy section under the safe harbor statement. You see, this is where companies list all the potential bad stuff that could happen, a kind of don't sue us if things go wrong disclaimer. And boy, is it a long list. They're worried about a lot of things, including how generative artificial intelligence, or AI, could mess with their marketing and publishing. Think about things like Google AI Overviews, which is a new way to get information that might reduce clicks to other websites. Then there is the classic worry about unstable economic conditions, which can hit advertising spending hard. Plus, they're concerned about their ability to market their products effectively and how their links show up in search results. And of course, with this Google notice, the risk related to changes in our relationship with or policies implemented by Google is front and center. They're also concerned about data privacy and security, which is a huge issue for any online business these days. Protecting user data is paramount, and any misstep here can be incredibly damaging. There is also a heavy emphasis on liquidity and debt. This means they're checking their ability to pay their bills and manage their borrowing. This is really important because too much debt can strangle a company's ability to grow and innovate. The signatures at the end are a formality, but it is signed off by Kendall Handler, who holds a pretty senior role as Executive Vice President, Chief Legal Officer, and Secretary. This just confirms that the company is officially filing this report. So, what is the story here? It seems like IAC is facing a significant challenge with this Google agreement potentially not being renewed automatically. The search segment is a key part of their business, and losing that steady stream of paid listings revenue would be a blow. However, Google has hinted at revised terms, which could mean a new deal, or it could mean a less favorable one. The uncertainty is the big takeaway. Looking at the financials related to this search segment, $183.9 million in revenue for 9 months is a decent chunk of change. But the $10 million in operating income and adjusted EBITDA, while positive, might not be enough to offset a major shift in this partnership if it happens unfavorably. It is like having a very large, very important client, and you are not entirely sure if they're going to keep ordering the same amount. The risks highlighted in the report are pretty broad, but the ones directly impacting the Google relationship and the rise of AI are the most pressing right now. AI is changing how people search, and companies that rely heavily on traditional search traffic are definitely in a period of adjustment. In my opinion, IAC is in a precarious position, but not necessarily doomed. Their strength lies in their diverse portfolio of businesses, but this reliance on Google for a significant portion of their search segment's revenue is a clear vulnerability. The opportunity here is to successfully renegotiate with Google or pivot their search strategies to reduce this dependence. The risk is that a new deal is less lucrative, or that AI fundamentally changes the search landscape in a way they can't adapt to quickly enough. A clear conclusion. IAC needs to navigate this Google situation very carefully and aggressively pursue diversification within its search business, and potentially other segments to mitigate future risks. The safe harbor section in this report is essentially a roadmap of potential storm clouds. Investors will be watching very closely to see how these discussions with Google play out. and how IAC adapts to the ever-evolving digital landscape driven by AI. Alright, that is our breakdown of IAC Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.